wanted to sit with you guys and I guess kind of shuffle some cards too, but kind of talk about like how I started on my self-love journey. Let's just go ahead and hop into the video because I don't want the intro to be too long. I hate when that happens. So the first way that I got started on my self-love journey was when my ex cheated on me. That was like the Kickstarter for everything. Y'all, I'm not gonna hold you. That junk, that made me, I feel like I held a lot of resentment towards him because of that. And I'm not gonna hold you, I'm kind of grateful. That really taught me what I didn't want in a relationship, or what I didn't want in a man, in a person, in love in general. It kind of kickstarted me going on this journey of self and realizing that there is nobody else in this world that can make me happy except for me. And sometimes I still have a hard time receiving that, is what I want to say. But it did really help me to learn that, you know, oh, and as I'm talking about my ex, the Five of Wands card comes out. Okay, you know, that talks about chaos. It was a lot of chaos. I ended up moving away from it. I literally moved away from him. Like, he's blocked right now because I found out that he went back with his ex or something like that. He went back with the girl that he cheated on me with. We weren't together or anything, but I'm just like, how could you do that? But anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. My ex cheating on me really kickstarted my self-love journey. It helped me to realize that I was kind of tired of giving and not receiving anything back. I used to give all my love to him, all my everything to him. And now I'm just realizing I'm at a point now where it's like, I know that nobody else can make me happy like I can make me happy. And sometimes that's a hard lesson to learn. I'm not going to hold you. It's a very hard lesson to learn. Like, that's not easy because you have to spend time alone. And I struggle with that a lot. Like, I've never been alone. Never. I've never been alone. I've always been with somebody. It's always either been my parents or my ex. So as soon as I moved out of my parents' house, I moved in with my ex. And I'm just now getting to the point where I'm spending time by myself. And I'm telling you, like just now trying to learn to be okay with myself. And that's very hard to do. Look at that. Look at that. 3 of Swords. Yeah, my heart was definitely broken. But let me tell you something about heartbreak that I learned. Heartbreak is probably one of the best things that you can feel. Now, I know your parents and stuff may be like, I don't want you to experience, at least my parents was, I don't want you to experience heartbreak. If you don't experience some sort of heartbreak, you're not going to grow. I experienced heartbreak when I was really little, when my dad left me. So that was heartbreak anyway. So I had already experienced heartbreak. But look at this. Heartbreak, ultimately, to me, it leads you to this Ace of Cups energy, this fulfilling energy. The more that I pulled away from him in this chaos energy, and the more that I'm coming home or coming to myself more, the more like peace I started to get. 7 of Cups is here. So I feel like the more that I started to become peace, like the more I pulled away from him and I got, you know, I experienced this heartbreak, the more peace I found, the more I started relying more on me and my intuition. And I started making decisions based off of my intuition. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I don't have emotions. Like, I be overflowing with emotions. I'm a very emotional person. Okay. It led me to start speaking more with my inner child and connecting more to my inner child. And I feel like that's like one of the biggest things that you could do if you're going on your self-love journey, is to connect with your inner child. I'm telling you, because the more that I connected with my inner child, it was like the more carefree I was. Like, I wasn't worried about nothing. You see what I'm saying? And of course, I mean, yeah, see, there's still part of me where I'm like, you know, still sitting in this energy and still in this energy of damn, he really betrayed me, like he really hurt me. But at the end of the day, I don't have any ill will towards him. I don't have any bad feelings. Okay, I started listening to myself. I started speaking more to God. I started getting more messages. I started really focusing on me, how I could do more things for me, for myself. Okay, and I started to move away from him and his energy. I started to think about what it is that I wanted in my life, which is a really big thing. Like, if you're going to be trying to cultivate self-love and whatnot, I feel like it's a really big thing to kind of look at what you want in this life. Like, do you want money? Do you want, travel? Like, what is it that your inner child wants? I remember one time I was laying in my bed And I was feeling my feelings, and all of a sudden I get this vision on my third eye of me, but it was like little me, and I was sitting in this position where like my legs were like this and my head was down and everything like that, and it was like I was locked in this building. I didn't know what this building was, but I remember that there were checkerboard floors, and it was like a huge, like, I don't know if the word is Coliseum. I'll put with the, I think it may be Coliseum, but I was in this huge place, and all of a sudden the sky opens up and bigger me comes down off of this freaking helicopter. First of all, you know, like in the movies where you have like the people that come down off the helicopter, off the ladder to come and pick somebody up. That's literally what my higher self did, or my bigger self, my future self did. And she came and she picked me up out of this place that was really dark. It was a really dark place, and I was really afraid. Like my inner child was very afraid. And she picked me up, and she was like, I forget what she said, but I just remember after seeing that vision, I was like, I'm never going to rely on somebody else to give me what only I can give myself. I started to really step into like who I was as a person, and to really like learn and venture out and to explore who I was as a person, which is a baddie. Okay, period. You're a bad A being full of life, love, and possibilities. Okay, I started to do things for me more. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. They don't do tarot cards. They're afraid of tarot cards. That's really what it is. They're afraid of it. They don't really know what it is, and they don't do any research about it because they're afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? They don't really go into things that they're afraid of, so they don't really know a lot about what is like the outside world. It's a very sheltered religion. I started to really stop caring about what other people thought of me. Like, I'm at this point now, like, I would have never cut my hair a long time ago. I cut all my hair off, baby. Like, I did a big chop, like, you know what I'm saying? And I think I look kind of cute or whatever. I started to really just go back to what I wanted to do when I was a kid, and what I wanted to do when I was younger, which was make YouTube videos and just take pictures and model. I remember I got scouted in the mall one time, and my mom was like, no, we're Jehovah's Witness, we can't do that. Not nothing bad on my mama, but that is what happened. I stopped leaving myself out in the cold. I noticed that I gave a lot of myself to everybody else. Like, I gave a lot of my energy to everybody else so that they could have this 10 of Cups energy. But at the end of the day, I was in this reverse 10 of Cups energy. I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't taking care of myself. I didn't fully love myself. You know what I mean? I didn't fully love myself at all because I just didn't know how, and I still don't even know how. I held myself back a lot, okay? I did. I really did. Like, I never did what I wanted to do, what I truly wanted to do. And this came out in the reverse. So this coming out in the reverse does tell me that I am getting to a point where I'm like letting go a little bit more. Yes, it's a little slow, but there's nothing wrong with slow. I'm only 20. Like, I have nowhere to go, nothing else to do. That happening, my ex cheating on me, that was a very significant thing in my life. And for a while, I felt as if I was just so pissed off with him. Like, oh, how could you do this to me? How could you make me so upset? And how could you cheat on me? And at the end of the day, yeah, I still feel hurt about that junk. I do feel hurt about it. You know what I'm saying? That really still does hurt me. Thing is, I ended up doing the same thing to him. And I didn't even realize that it was subconsciously out of vengeance. I didn't even realize that until I wrote it down. I wrote it in a letter for him, and I was like, bro, I did that out of vengeance. Sometimes when I write, I do automatic writing, so I'll just kind of like let whatever comes up come out on the paper. I did stuff out of vengeance. I did stuff that I'm not proud of. It is what it is. If you look at me a different way from now and you know who I am, because a lot of y'all watch my videos, y'all be the ones sending my videos to my mama and thinking that I don't know, but I do, and that's fine. I really don't care what you have to say about me or what my parents have to say about me anymore, because I am who I am because I just am. That was for you. You know who you are. You know who you are. I got you. A lot of other stuff contributed to my self-love journey though, like being stabbed in the back by a lot of people. It wasn't even just him. Like my past landlord, I looked at her as a mother figure and she just was not. I realized that she, like, you know, people out here really could read your mind. Like, they really could read your mind. It is what it is. You can believe it or not. I really don't care. But a lot of people out here can read your mind. And I realized that she kind of did that a lot. I wasn't here for it. I really thought that they had my best interest at heart. You know what I mean? So that kind of disappointed me. I'm not going to hold you. I've had a lot of disappointment in my life, but I really thought that she was real. But of course, everybody that has disappointed me in my life, I thought that they was real. So I realized that you can't trust everybody because everybody's intentions aren't pure. But I think I was just moving too fast to see that. I remember walking in her house one time, and I woke up early or something like that, and she was like downstairs, and she like gave me this smile, but something just told me that smile was fake. Y'all, my gifts are on 10, but I didn't realize it back then. Ooh, am I a rapper? But anyways, yeah, my gifts are on 10, but I never realized it. And sure enough, she ended up saying that she never really talked to me. She had her son always talk to me, and that was something else that I didn't like because I felt like we were both adults. It ain't to slander her name because she really did help me out, but that's an example of how people did me in the past. I lost a lot of people. My dad stopped talking to me because I shuffled tarot cards. He's another Jehovah's Witness, and he's kind of higher up in it. They don't like to say that they're higher ups, but that's what they are. They're elders in the religion. He's an elder. He recently stopped talking to me because I shuffled tarot cards, and he thinks that he knows what it is. But like I said, they don't do any research into it because they're afraid of it. I dealt with a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to hold you. I feel like spirituality and this self-love journey that I was kind of forced to go on kind of saved me a little bit, because it made me see that although there are people out here that don't have your best interest at heart, you have your best interest at heart. You know what I mean? There were multiple times where I didn't want to be here. Oh, and as I said that, the death card popped up. The death card and the devil card popped up. As I said that, there were multiple times where I was like, bro, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this life thing no more. Like, what's the point? Like, if this is all this is, just getting a job and doing all that, I don't know. I just felt like, bro, if this is life, I don't want it. Lost a lot of people. I dealt with a lot of sugar, honey, iced tea in my life. And yeah. And I never felt my feelings, bro. You see this card, everything is fine. This is my card of toxic positivity. Every time I pull this card, it's toxic positivity. That's where I was at. And I'm not feeling sorry for myself. Sometimes I do. I'm not going to sit here and lie like I don't have victim mentality. I have heavy victim mentality, but I'm working through it. I'm trying to. So I started working on myself and my manifestations. Look at this. They telling me I'm going to get my manifestations. I always knew that I was going to be somebody. I always knew that. Even when I was a witness, I always knew that I was going to be somebody and change the world. Even if it's something as small as, and this is not to say that this is small, but even if it's something as small as, you know, just being an influencer and sharing my story like I'm doing here today, which I'm proud of myself for doing, because I would have never told nobody this, because it was kind of something that I think I was a little embarrassed about, especially speaking on me cheating on my ex back. So the next kind of thing that I kind of want to talk about that really helped me with my self-love journey, not only was it losing people, but it was not keeping up with my money. I got to a point. It was really bad. Look at this, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Well, I feel like I didn't have anything. I feel like I didn't have no money. I was serving, I was working my behind off. I was buying weed for my ex all the time because I just wanted him to be super duper happy. I wasn't in my power. I didn't know my power. Okay, I was giving myself to everybody else and not giving myself to myself. I didn't communicate. I didn't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about my emotions. I had no friends. You know, I felt like I didn't have no help. There was one point where I didn't have enough money to eat. So me and my ex, we were living together. We would go days without eating. And it would be the most miserable thing ever. Like, we used to have these really bad, like, hunger pains, man, where it felt like somebody was just punching you in the stomach, bro. I ended up losing a lot of weight from that. I quit my job because I felt like I was turning my back on something good. I quit my job because I wanted to work on my YouTube channel, but I didn't really know who I really was. So I still am learning who I really am, but I didn't know who I really was. So I was trying to copy Aaliyah's face and not realizing that there was already an Aaliyah's face out here. There don't need to be another one, because nobody can do this YouTube junk like her. The reason why she is so successful is because she does things authentically. You know what I mean? And that's genuinely her. It seems as if that's genuinely her. Of course, we don't know who she really is in real life, but it seems as if the life that she's living and the content that she makes is authentic to her. So I didn't realize that before. So I quit my job. Me and my ex ended up breaking up. He moved out of the house and moved back in the house with his parents, which, child, his parents is a whole nother story, child. They're a whole nother story. They helped me out too. This is another thing I didn't realize, and that I'm realizing like right now, is that just because people help you out don't mean that they have the best intentions. People could still talk behind your back and say that they're gonna help you out with, you know, everything. You know what I'm saying? People could still talk crap and be like, oh, I don't think y'all should be together, or blah, 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 or, you know, woo-doo-doo, and project their fears onto you, but still be acting as if they want to help you, or could actually be helping you. That doesn't mean that they have your best intention. And it's crazy because in my head right now, I'm hearing always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper. So these people gonna see me again, but the next time they do, it's gonna be on TV, mofo. But it is what it is. I did a lot of journaling, self-reflecting. I took a lot of rest. I took a lot of time to rest, to slow down, to really try to fill my cup back up. And I'm still in that period where I'm filling my cup back up because I don't fully know how to do that. I'm always moving fast, but I'm in a period where I'm slowing down now, okay? And I'm trying to stop and smell the roses. Look at this. But I'm trying to let go of this energy. This is Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords talks about betrayal. I'm sitting here talking about all the betrayal that I went through. So obviously it's still on my heart. And it is making me feel some type of way. I know that I'm going to end up being successful and I'm going to come out on top. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying on top of everybody else, with the help of my ancestors. Because my ancestors always be protecting me. They always be letting me know stuff all the time. Like when, Back when I was with in the last place that I was at, my ancestors be letting me know everything. So
try me, bitch.
So I have them to thank, but I also, and my intuition as well. Look at this High Priestess, my connection to the divine, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. The divine saved me. The divine has saved me. And I'm not coming on here to preach and be like, go to God, he's my Lord and Savior. Like, no, that's not. Look, if you know me, you know that is not who I am as a person. Like, me and God, the way that I feel about God, because of the past religion that I was in, I'm not gonna hold you, it's not up to par. You know what I mean? But I don't think of it as God. I think of it, or I don't really use the term God, because I don't think that the actual idea of it is what slows me down. I think it's the actual word God. I went within a lot and I really assessed what it was about me that I didn't really like, and there's still a lot more that I want, but the things that I didn't really like and the things that I wanted to change, but also accepting them for just me being me. I oftentimes forget that just because you accept it doesn't mean that you have to keep it if you don't like it. So I forget that a lot, but it definitely helped me to move forward. Like journaling, just being aware of who you are as a person, or your flaws and your fears and stuff like that as a person. I feel like that really helped me out on my self-love journey, because it showed me, hey, you don't eat enough. I don't. Hey, you don't eat enough. You don't, talk to people enough. Yeah, look at this. You're very guarded with your energy. I don't want to be guarded, but I feel like I have to be. You know what I mean? There are still parts of me that I feel like I want to change, and especially this being guarded. This is one of the biggest things, but it's I'm so afraid that, because a lot of this stuff has happened recently, so I'm so afraid that if I let my guard down with somebody, they're gonna end up hurting me again. You know what I mean? And that's something that I still have to work on. But yeah, look, base of the deck, Two of Wands. Bottom line, I'm gonna reach where I want to go. I'm gonna reach these high heights, and can't nobody stop me. Nobody. And that's the mindset that I have to be on. And also, like, being grateful. I'm learning so much, you know, how to be grateful, how to really trust myself. That's another, like, self-love, like, thing. Like, something that really helped me with my self-love journey was really trusting my intuition and trusting in myself, and really knowing that I'm never going to lead myself astray. And that this energy, like this Nine of Swords energy, like refusing to be in this energy, I feel like that really helped me out a lot. Like, I refuse to be in this anxious energy. I'm never going to do that again because I hated it. I hated it. And it's like, now I know how I can escape that energy. So I'm going to do what I can to escape that energy and listen to the messages that I'm getting from the divine. Make these decisions because of how I feel and based off of what I want to do, and not based off of what people tell me to do because they've been through these experiences. And yeah, I should listen to their experiences, but it doesn't mean that I have to take their advice all the time. And maybe that's something that's not true. Maybe that's something that I need to work on now. I think me sitting in my Empress energy and just receiving and having fun and meeting new people and meeting new friends, and me not worrying about men anymore, boys and stuff like that, and trying to make new friends and celebrate and go out and party, and friends that are on this level. You know what I'm saying? Friends that are on this Empress level with me, just trying to find new people that like really match my energy and that are like me and that I know have my best interests at heart, female or male, and spending quality time with these people. I feel like it really helped me. And right now I can think of one that really has my best interest at heart, and I can tell. I feel like that's really brought me into balance. And I know that it's only a matter of time before I become 100% this Empress and who I want to become. I'm already this Empress. I'm already there. But it's like on a different level. Because one of my friends always say there's levels to this. There's levels to this, and that's the truth. But you only know that once you get to the next level. So I feel like I'm in the process of moving levels right now. 100%. 100%. Like, I really had to take these swords out of my own back. And I'm being so vulnerable with y'all right now. But I really had to take on the internet. Like, what the hell? But anyways, I really had to take these swords out of my own back in order to get moving. Because I was very stagnant. I was very stagnant and set in one place. And this is how I want my life to go. And da-da-da-da. And it has to go according to plan. But one thing, look. That left me in that energy of being the wounded warrior. Let me tell you why. Because I realized and I learned this lesson that the more you try to control your life, the more it goes the opposite. If you just let life flow, you're going to end up having whatever, you know, you want to come to you, come to you. And yeah. Okay. So yeah, I hope that y'all enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give this video a like, and if you didn't like it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs down. That's up to you, completely up to you, whatever you want to do. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And if you don't want to see more videos like this, then bye. I'm sorry. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.